Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is Montana This Morning from Montana's news leader.
Well, good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Justine Stewart.
And I'm Louis Stewart. Hope you have had a great start to your Wednesday, halfway through that work week, Justine. And
almost there.
Yeah, it almost seems that the week right after the holidays goes by the slowest.
It's a long week. You're kind of coming off, just probably having a lot of fun. Maybe your family's in town, eating lots of food, and now you're back to reality.
Yeah, and got to get right back into it. Now, if you are heading out this morning, like we talked about, do have some light snow falling out there. So I'll show you that in a minute, but it's not going to be a lot of snow. It's just a weak disturbance moving through. So accumulations generally around an inch or less, but there is sleet mixed in with it. So we could be talking about some slippery roads as you head out there this morning. Now, after this, high pressure is going to build back in for tomorrow. So we're talking about more valley inversions on Thursday. And then a weekend system is going to bring in warmer temperatures, but then also the potential for rain, snow, and even freezing rain for the valleys. And that's really going to hit Friday night and into Saturday. So I'll talk more about that here in just a few minutes. It's going to be cold, though, again today. Look at these high temperatures. Only 18 in Missoula, 19 in Kalispell, 21 in Hamilton and Polson, with light snow showers, especially during the morning.
A snowmobiler has died after being caught in an avalanche in Gallatin County late last night. Gallatin County Dispatch received the report of an avalanche with a person injured. The avalanche happened in Cabin Creek, about 19 miles northwest of Yellowstone. The sheriff's search commander immediately dispatched a helicopter from Air Idaho to assess the possibility of landing and rendering medical aid. The Air Idaho helicopter was on the scene in 32 minutes. The snowmobiler, 40-year-old Waylon Weedman from Pine City, Minnesota, was pronounced dead at the scene. Snowmobiles triggered an avalanche that partially buried a person New Year's Day. The Flathead Avalanche Center reported the incident happened at the elevation of 5,200 feet on the Grave Creek Road cutout in the Whitefish Range. Two snowmobilers were crossing under a road cut and slightly side-hilling above the road when they accidentally triggered the slope above them. The lead rider just kept riding, unaware of the avalanche, while the second rider was knocked off of his sled and then buried up to mid-chest. The first rider then turned around, came back, dug up the buried individual and the sled. The center reports that dangerous avalanche conditions do exist in the wake of significant storms that ended last weekend. A homeless man found dead in a Kalispell parking lot early Monday morning. Officials believe he died about a week before he was found. 61-year-old David Martinez of California was found in his van, which was parked at the Kalispell Walmart. Sheriff Chuck Curry says he was living in that vehicle. Employees of the store found the body after they noticed that van had been sitting in the lot for quite some time and went to check. Martinez was found frozen inside a sleeping bag.
At this point, we have submitted his blood to the Montana State Crime Lab for toxicology. We'll see what we get back. The cause of death is currently pending, but it is a rough time of the year to be homeless in northwest Montana, pretty much anywhere in Montana for that matter. And unfortunately, these people fall oftentimes on unfortunate circumstances.
Curry says it's unknown how long Martinez had been dead before his body was found, but the death most likely occurred before Christmas. It was a history-making day in Helena politics. The city's first ever African-American mayor was sworn in. A crowd filled the state capitol rotunda to watch Wilmot Collins officially take over as Helena's mayor. Collins narrowly defeated longtime mayor Jim Smith in November's election. His victory drew national attention because of his life story. Collins first came to Helena more than 20 years ago as a refugee from Liberia. He's called the time since the election a whirlwind.
It's been busy, but you know what? For the people of Helena, I'll do it again.
Two Helena City Council members were also sworn in. The three ran together in November elections as a self-described progressive slate of candidates. They've promised to tackle big issues like affordable housing and public safety funding. This year's contest for Montana's lone U.S. House seat has one less candidate, but as MTN's Mike Dennison reports, the departure by Democrat Tom Woods of Bozeman probably doesn't really change the dynamic of that race.
State Representative Tom Woods of Bozeman announced on Monday that he's dropping out of the U.S. House race. He said he knew it would be tough competing against two well-funded Democrats already in the race when he entered early last fall. But he told MTN News Tuesday he didn't expect two other candidates from Bozeman to join the fray as well.
I figured if I got to a certain point where I could get my message out, I had a chance. But, with 3 people from Bozeman running, it really cuts into the ability to fundraise.
The 2 other Bozeman Democrats are former State Representative Kathleen Williams and Attorney Jared Pettinato. 3 other Democrats also are very much still in the race. Former Land Trust Director Grant Keir of Missoula and Attorney John Heenan and former State Senator Linda Moss, both of Billings. These 5 Democrats are vying for the nomination to challenge incumbent Republican Greg Gianforte, who was elected last May 25th in a special election. Heenan and Keir got into the race last summer and reported 6-figure fundraising totals through September. Woods says he'll probably run for re-election in State House District 62, which covers Central and South Bozeman. But he also says he thinks Democrats can beat Gianforte this fall.
I think people are getting tired of wealthy guys waltzing in and running government and giving themselves tax breaks. I think people are going to respond to the fact that they're going to lose health care over Republican plans to cut taxes for themselves.
Gianforte has been a strong supporter of the Republican federal tax cut, which he says will benefit all Montanans. We still have 5 Democratic candidates in this race, including some who've posted impressive fundraising numbers. But none is well known by voters. And the winner of the primary has to beat a Republican incumbent for a seat that Democrats haven't won in 24 years. Mike Dennison, MTN News, Helena.
The primary election is June 5th. Democratic Senator Jon Tester ended 2017 with a total of 9 bills signed by President Trump. As for 2018, Tester has a lot on his plate, one being his re-election to the Senate. While speaking at a Kiwanis luncheon in Missoula, Tester reviewed 2017 and his year working for Montanans.
Well, we've seen a 400% increase in people that are calling and emailing and writing us letters. And that's pretty amazing because that means the civic engagement is good, and we're able to take those inputs and get some good ideas from them and end up with some pieces of legislation that really work for Montanans.
Tester believes the political atmosphere in D.C. is the reason for a spike in public comments to his office. He will be kicking his year off by working on a Veterans Affairs bill, regulation relief for community banks, and a Blackfoot Clearwater bill which deals with outdoor recreation. Tester hinted towards an infrastructure bill in 2018, which the White House is preparing to unveil.
If we end up getting put on an infrastructure bill, how we pay for that infrastructure bill is going to be critically important. Whether it's going to be all public dollars, because quite frankly, in a state like Montana, toll roads don't work, and they're not going to work. So we've got to get something that actually works for rural states like Montana.
As for the recent passing of the tax overhaul bill, Tester said Montanans will see a benefit. However, future generations will be paying for those benefits with an increase in national debt. While a large part of the country is freezing under Alaska-like conditions, parts of the nation's northernmost state basking in balmy conditions. The official temperature tied a record 44 degrees yesterday in Anchorage, set in 1981 and 2011. Some parts of Anchorage had temperatures closer to 50 degrees. The National Weather Service says it's about twice as warm as normal highs of 24 degrees thanks to high and low pressures working to push tropical air to the north. The warm weather won't last long, though, for Alaskans. Temperatures are expected to drop this week. All right, time to send on over to Lewis. He's got your forecast this morning.
All right, thank you, Justine. Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are having a fantastic start to your Wednesday. Halfway through that work week, getting closer and closer to the weekend, and it is going to be another cold day today, but then by the time we get to the weekend, we're going to see warmer temperatures beginning to move in. I'll show you that here in just a minute. First, though, a few pictures and some big icicles sent in to us by Violet. This is up in Whitefish. So these massive icicles hanging off of her office building there in Whitefish. Violet, thank you so much for that. And then a beautiful photo yesterday by Shiloh. Finally here in Missoula, we got some of that fog to lift out. Clear skies by the afternoon. She sent in this beautiful picture overlooking the river there. Violet, Shiloh, thank you so much for those pictures, and continue to show some other ones as we move throughout the morning. Quick look at your temperatures. 12 Missoula, 16 Polson, 14 Kalispell, 6 Seeley Lake, 11 Phillipsburg, 12 in Sula. Yes, another cold morning, bundle up before you head out the door. And we are starting to see some snow showers move through like we've been talking about. Most of them are here in northwestern Montana, slowly beginning to slide south, but we still have some steady snow falling in areas around Superior. It looks like Trout Creek is starting to get to the backside of the light snow. We have some snow still around Polson and Kalispell, getting ready to move into Seeley Lake here, and then a little bit of sleet mixed in with that as you see those pink colors. Looks like some light snow just beginning to fall around Missoula now, and this is going to continue to slide south as we move throughout the morning. Again, not a lot of accumulation, generally around an inch or less, but with the sleet mixed in, that could make for some slippery roads, especially this morning. So if you are traveling in these areas, give yourself a little extra time. This is what Lolo Pass looks like. Tough to see, but we are getting some snow and wet roads beginning to develop, and that is going to be the trend this morning. All right, let's talk about what we can expect the next couple days using our jet stream forecast. Notice that the jet stream's pretty much sliding right over top of us. This is what's bringing in that disturbance for today, so that's why we're going to see the light snow. Now, moving into tomorrow, we stop this Thursday. Notice how we're going to be right under this ridge of high pressure. So once again, valley inversions developing tomorrow, but warmer air moving in as well. So as our next system moves in by Saturday, we're getting this dip in the jet stream. That's allowing some snow showers to move in. However, valleys are still going to remain in the 30s with that warmer temperature. So we're talking about mountain snow on Saturday, but we're looking at valleys seeing that rain snow mix. So we can see that in your 7-day forecast. Notice cold today, cold again tomorrow, but then 35 on Friday, 34 by Saturday. Kalispell will see 19 today, then 25 on Thursday, then we'll be up into the 30s Friday and Saturday, with temperatures dropping back down to the lower 30s by Sunday. Hamilton 21 today, 30 tomorrow, 37 Friday. We'll see 36 with a chance of rain on Saturday.
Friday looking pretty warm down the Bitterroot.
Yeah, it's going to be mild, and it's one of those things. I know it's like if we have to get the precipitation, we want it to all be snow.
Yeah.
I'm done with this rain snow mix,
Messy.
but unfortunately though, we're going to see that once again this weekend.
All right, well, stick around because we're right back after this. But first, here are some birthdays this morning.